What's going on, boys? Back with another banger of an episode. You already know, not Britney Spears episode. Let's just get right into it, boys. When you watch a movie, it's the story that encapsulates the person. So when you create a campaign for a game, it's like making a movie you play, or at least it's supposed to be. If that's not in mind, then it's almost useless. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 had an amazing campaign. Activision and Treyarch knew exactly what they were doing when they chose to go down the route of recycling, and instead of making anything new, they recycled not only their own games down to literally the name of the game, not only stealing other games' core mechanics that are just Walmart brands of them, but they copyright whatever they want, and clearly money from being sued doesn't affect them. Microsoft literally owns Call of Duty, and they bought it along with buying Blizzard for $68.7 billion. They could own whoever sues them 1,000-fold, and they know the psychology of what nostalgia, addiction, and having nothing else to do does. Along with millions of others who buy the game months before they even show the cover art, this is how massively great their influence has been. But their influence is slowly running down as they have repeatedly neglected the game so much and so many times that it's blatantly obvious they are giving us just enough to keep us bound. And as the leader in an entertainment business, if you don't think the elites have their hands on it, you have major issues that need resolved. As a 16-year COD player, the one thing I can do perfectly is explain why the game is a nightmare, and a slap to our faces. There's things people are tired about talking about that clearly hurt the large majority of players, like skill-based matchmaking and elephant footsteps, but things like map design and core gameplay mechanics have been stripped down to the bare minimum. Think about what I'm about to say. These dummies put skill-based matchmaking in the game so that Jose Secot's cousin Timmy could play with his good hand and go 15-15. No matter how good you do, you go 15-15 in every match, just like the elites want it to be. Not only did they implement skill-based matchmaking, but they went as far as to ruin core gameplay mechanics and take out any skill gap possible. Another blatant Trojan horse is making a fast time to kill with big characters and slow movement where you are stowed for every action you take, to the point where it's almost like you have glue on your feet. You want to jump up in the air? Okay, I'll give you big characters that move slow and die fast. Make the gravity twice as much when I see a big ass white character jump out at me. I forget I'm playing a video game and I think I'm in space. You realize you can't get as close to the walls by as much as about 3 times as much as you used to be. Thanks to Photoshop, graphics, and the ability to create realism in some areas are the reason this game looks like it would be good from the outside looking in. Just recently, we've seen what people are willing to spend money on. You see, if Call of Duty if COD was $200, why would anyone buy it? But if you make it 70, put boring skins in the game, and then charge 20 for one skin because it looks cooler, this simple addition makes people feel they have something special they can show off. So everyone spends hundreds of dollars a year on skins. The fact that they know they can do so little and get richer than they ever thought when they actually had to try is the exact reason there is zero creativity or care. But it's also the exact reason they won't be making nearly as much. They aren't making a good enough game to get all the profit they could have, but they were fine with not doing anything and receiving slightly less profit, so who knows where they peaked. But they lost millions of dedicated players, and just in the last month, it spiraled down to less than 100,000 players a month. That's almost unreal, as millions used to play the game every day. On Black Ops 2, they had that globe on the bottom left of the screen that showed how many players were on, and they had it lit up on the globe where they were. You could see someone, I swear they had to be in like the most third world countries. There would be like one single tiny dot within hundreds of miles, but mostly whole countries were lit up. I'm positive these devs they literally made their UI with the most basic HTML and CSS. There's a little bit of height and positioning and alignment and border radius, which makes the boxes less sharp around the edges. So eventually at like 50% it would be a circle. You could use ChatGPT and say, build me a menu screen for this game, and then tell it to keep styling it a few times, and boom, you have their shitty menu with no music that makes you feel like you're going into Super Galactica Warfare. We all knew corporate America greed would take over this game. Didn't anticipate for them to take out the core gameplay mechanics that made this game the most addicting form of entertainment for a decade. Now we play a game reduced to ashes. If you want to see a sequel to any of the Call of Duties, type in the comments. We'll see you guys later. Have a good day. And don't forget to subscribe. I can't wait for Ranked Play to come out, boys. It's been so long. It's been way too long. They should have released it way earlier, but we'll get into it.